Some believe that Christian Zionism is the greatest roadblock to the lasting peace in the Middle East. How is this argument articulated? The argument that Christian Zionism is the greatest roadblock to lasting peace in the Middle East is based on a few key points. 1. Political influence. Christian Zionists, particularly in the United States, are believed to wield significant political influence. They advocate for policies that align with their interpretation of biblical prophecy, which includes supporting the State of Israel and its expansionist agenda. This influence is seen as hindering efforts for a balanced and fair resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. 2. One-sided support. Critics argue that Christian Zionism tends to prioritize the interests of Israel over the rights and aspirations of the Palestinian people. This perceived bias can undermine attempts to achieve a just and equitable solution to the conflict, as it may lead to an imbalance in negotiations and a lack of pressure on Israel to make concessions. 3. End times theology. Some Christian Zionists believe that the establishment of a Jewish state in Israel is a prerequisite for the second coming of Jesus Christ. This apocalyptic worldview can lead to an uncompromising stance on territorial issues and a rejection of any concessions to Palestinians. Critics argue that this theological perspective hampers the prospects of a negotiated settlement by promoting an unyielding and exclusionary approach. 4. Settlement expansion. Christian Zionists are often seen as supportive of Israeli settlement expansion in the occupied territories. The growth of settlements is regarded as a significant obstacle to peace as it contravenes international law, undermines the viability of a future Palestinian state, and perpetuates the cycle of violence and displacement. 5. Lack of criticism. Critics argue that Christian Zionism tends to shield Israel from legitimate criticism of its policies, including human rights violations and the denial of Palestinian rights. This lack of accountability can impede efforts to address the root causes of the conflict and hinder progress towards a peaceful resolution. It's important to note that while this argument is articulated by some, it does not represent the views of all individuals or organizations. Different perspectives exist, and it's essential to engage in open dialogue and consider various viewpoints to have a comprehensive understanding of the issue.